What if I told you that some of the most powerful principles for wealth, stability, and success have existed for thousands of years? And yet, most people completely ignore them. These are not modern hacks. They are not get-rich-quick strategies. They are ancient laws built on discipline, wisdom, and something most people today have lost: spiritual alignment. And today, you're about to discover the 7 Jewish laws that have shaped generations of prosperity. But before we go any further, you need to understand something very important. This is not just about money, because money alone does not define success. There are people who have money and still feel empty, still feel lost, still feel without purpose. True prosperity is deeper than that. It's peace, it's clarity, it's direction. It's the ability to build something that actually lasts. And these principles touch all of that. They come from a tradition that has survived centuries, adapted, evolved, but never lost its core values. So if you really want to understand success, you need to understand these laws. Let's begin. The first law is discipline. Most people rely on motivation. They wait to feel ready. They wait for the perfect moment. But that moment rarely comes. Discipline is different. Discipline means showing up, even when you don't feel like it. It means doing what needs to be done, even when it's uncomfortable. In Jewish life, discipline is not optional. It's built into daily routines, study, reflection, and structure. Because success is not built in big moments. It's built in small actions, repeated consistently over time. The second law is valuing knowledge. There is a deep understanding that knowledge is power. But more than that, knowledge is vision. When you study, when you learn, when you question, you expand your perception. You begin to see opportunities that others simply don't see. And that changes everything. Because most people don't fail because they lack ability. They fail because they lack understanding. The third law is respecting money. Money is often misunderstood. Some people idolize it, others fear it. But in reality, money is a tool. And like any tool, it must be handled with intention. Respecting money means thinking before spending. It means planning ahead. It means understanding value. Because if you treat money without respect, it disappears. But when you manage it wisely, it grows. The fourth law is community. This is something the modern world is slowly losing. We are more connected than ever, but at the same time, more isolated. But real success does not happen alone. It happens through relationships, through trust, through support. Strong communities create strong individuals, because when you are surrounded by people who grow, you grow too. The fifth law is generosity, and this is where things become deeper, because generosity challenges the logic of scarcity. Most people think, if I give, I lose. But this principle teaches the opposite. When you give, you create flow, you open space, you expand your capacity. Generosity is not about losing something, it's about becoming someone bigger. The sixth law is long-term thinking. This is one of the biggest differences between those who succeed and those who don't. Most people want results now. They want fast success, quick money, instant recognition. But lasting success doesn't work like that. It requires patience, it requires vision, it requires the ability to delay gratification. Because what you build slowly, you build strong. And what you build strong lasts. Now we arrive at the seventh law, the most important one, spiritual alignment. Because without this, everything else becomes empty. You can have discipline, you can have knowledge, you can have money, but if you don't have direction, you will feel lost. Spiritual alignment is what brings clarity. It's what helps you understand who you are, why you are here, and what truly matters. It's about taking time to pause, to reflect, to reconnect with God. And in a world that never stops, this might be the hardest law to follow. But it's also the most powerful, because clarity changes everything. Now let me ask you something. What if the reason you feel stuck is not because you lack opportunity, but because something is out of alignment? What if success is not something you chase, but something you build every single day? Through your habits, your mindset, and your choices? Because at the end of the day, your life is a reflection of what you consistently do. So now I want you to think carefully. Which of these laws are you already living? And which ones are missing from your life? Because awareness is the first step to change. Now tell me in the comments, which of these 7 laws impacted you the most? Have you ever applied any of them before? And if this message made you see things differently, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Because here, we don't just talk about success, we talk about truths that can transform your life.